joined by Juan Webster, General Manager, Sagamore Pendry Baltimore, coming to us from, of course, Baltimore, Maryland. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Jason. Doing very well. Thank you for asking.
You bet. So tell us about the past 9 months for you.
Oh man, past 9 months. First of all, it did go by very quickly, but what a challenging and unique time, unlike I've ever seen in my personal and professional career. So I'm just fortunate and grateful to be here today to kind of talk about the State of the Union.
So describe your hotel for us.
Yeah, a wonderful historic adaptive reuse building that was originally a recreational pier and one of the first ports of intake for immigrants to walk and become citizens of the United States. So it certainly has its place in history, but it's nestled in one of Baltimore's oldest, most historic neighborhoods in Fells Point. We sit right on the water, but beautiful building that's well designed, has great history, great culture, and phenomenal opportunity for the Pendry brand to be present and alive here in this area.
Yeah, didn't you have a staircase mentioned in a magazine article? Wasn't that you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
recently, yeah, one of the top 10 staircases. Random facts, but one of those things that just adds, and the stories get deeper. Each part of the building tells a very unique story. Just another point there on our grand staircase that seems to be very, very popular, I would say, and they look gorgeous. I can't deny that.
Yeah, it's nice. I remember seeing it. So you guys closed, reopened?
We did. We closed back mid March and we opened on July the 1st. So we've been open. We had a very strong summer, and we've kind of found our way through this pandemic.
So people were wanting to get to the water, I guess.
Yeah, I think that the being close to the water certainly has a big play. We have a well-appointed pool that draws a lot of people in, but I think the biggest compliment is our location being having tremendous support from the drive market. From New York to DC, Philadelphia, and Baltimore showed up really strong throughout this last several months. And I think it's important to note that whenever you can get in a vehicle and drive somewhere and you don't have to fly, that put us in a very good position. So we saw a lot of people that were just using this as staycations and small getaways without having to get on the plane and go far, or maybe those planes were canceled. So we stepped right in and we're able to host lots of people from the region.
And you're doing a number of tactics I'd like to talk to you about, but the one to drive bookings, but the one that caught my eye was the Spirit of Sagamore. These are VIP tasting for Sagamore whiskey. Am I right? Have I got
Correct.
that right?
Yeah, you got it.
You just sign me up for that, man.
Yeah, very popular in our partnership with Sagamore Spirit. It's great to have that type of support here locally in our ecosystem. But again, it gives guests a chance to get away without going far, and having that flight of spirit drinks and tasting and really getting into it, having the details, and just having options. I
Yeah.
think it's been very successful. That along with our Spirit of Now package that pushes guests into our best rooms and having a credit to spend on food and beverage and other areas throughout the hotel.
So are you so how are you primarily getting the word out? I mean, is it your email list? Is it, you're strong on social? What do you attribute some of at least the summer success to?
I'd say the summer success is a mixture of things, but from social media to our own marketing and the power from Montage International to push us out there. But I got to give credit to the local support and simply word of mouth. When people see something and have a great experience, and to know that they can just drive, not too far away, people go tell other people.
So what do you think the next few months has in store for your hotel?
I think, quite honestly, just as an industry, before I even get to my hotel, we'll probably face some of the most challenging times in our recent experiences, just with the continued onset of the pandemic. However, I do think our opportunity to lead with safety and to still be available to whoever needs us, that will power us through. I think we approach our business a little bit different now with a true sense of gratitude and finding a way to encourage the guests and show the guests that we lead by example in keeping their safety And I think the resilience that's shown. So with everything happening around us, it's important for our team, our business, our industry, our hotel here at Sagamore Pendry Baltimore to still show a way that hospitality can thrive, even behind the mask and despite whatever's going on. We want to be that haven for anyone who needs us. And I think the way we do that is just continuing to be innovative, unique, finding a pivot. But again, I stress the fact that safety remains at the forefront. And I think that's the way when you build the confidence in the guest and the consumer, that first starts with our associates. And we encourage our associates to lead that way. And once that confidence is stored, you go out and we're often able to do a really great job as a result. I think we'll do more of that.
How do you think your role has changed since the pandemic?
I talk about this often, Jason. It's very common. You may have heard me say this before, but it's taken on the role of the innkeeper mentality. My role as a general manager, I think right now people could care less what my title is, associates included, and not to minimize the role of a general manager or any leader. But what happens is when we're in this new era right now with COVID-19, I think you got to be willing to get in and do whatever the job requires, regardless of what your job responsibilities are, what your job title is. And what that does, it creates this synergy amongst the team. And it doesn't matter if I'm out driving a golf cart, carrying luggage, uh, running food, or welcoming guests. No one is more or less important. And I think that type of attitude is adapted. And, once you see that throughout the entire hotel, every corner you turn, you're going to meet someone that is ready to provide service. We don't take it for granted that any guest took the time to stay with us because there's still several choices. But the innkeeper's mentality really allows everyone to work in and out and around their positions and their titles. And no one really cares anymore. We just want to make sure that we're getting the job done.
All right, the innkeeper. Well said, Juan. I thank you so much for spending time with me today.
Thank you. I appreciate your time, Jason. Thanks for the opportunity.
Oh, you bet.